Boo bitches! Welcome to episode 189 of C3 Crystals, Cauldrons, and Cocktails, the podcast where we mix magic and mix drinks with equal enthusiasm and questionable decision-making skills. I'm your host, River Kane, and today we are diving headfirst, yes, dramatically, like a mermaid who moonlights as a stunt double, into the salty, stormy, gloriously chaotic realm of sea witchcraft. If you can hear the ocean calling, or if that's just your cat knocking something over again, either way, you've come to the right place. Let's talk about our cocktail. This cocktail is called the Salty Witch. How good is that? Because if there's one thing sea witches and I have in common, it's that we're both hydrated, powerful, and sometimes just a little bit too salty for polite company. So this one is called the Salty Siren. It has coconut rum, blue curacao, pineapple juice, a little bit of lime, a splash of sparkling water, or in my case, I go Prosecco because I'm bougie that way, and a pinch of sea salt. You can also add a little bit of simple syrup if you want it sweeter, which we all know Rin would. And then a lime wheel garnish, coarse salt rim, and a tiny seashell if you're dramatic, and we all know you are. You rim the glass, you drag the lime wedge around the rim, and dip it in that sea salt. That's awesome. You've got a circle of power right around your drink. So next you're going to shake it like a storm witch summoning chaos. You're going to add to the shaker coconut rum, blue curacao, pineapple juice, the lime, and the pinch of salt, and you shake, 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 shake until your hands feel like the North Atlantic. Oh, you guys, I saw on TikTok there is this new shaker that is insulated so your hands don't freeze off when you're shaking it. I have got to get one of those. Anyway, you pour it into a glass of your choosing, fancy stemware, your mermaid goblet, plastic cup. Hey, we're all here for a good red Solo cup. No rules. Top with the bubbles, either the sparkling water or the Prosecco, like me, of course. Garnish with your lime and your seashell on a toothpick if you're extra. And you can whisper something sea witchy, a sea witchy blessing, maybe like, may this drink make me glamorous, dangerous, and moderately hydrated. I love it. The flavor vibe. Imagine a tropical wave smacking you in the face, but politely. The ocean is flirting with you. Or a mermaid saying, hey, babe, want to make some questionable life choices? Yes, don't we all? And for a bonus, before your first sip, you can swirl it clockwise and say something like, by tide and foam, by salt and sea, bring confidence and power back to me. And then boom, glamour enchantment activated. Let's sip, let's talk, let's get moist. Ugh, you know what I mean. Okay, so what even is a sea witch? All right, so what defines a sea witch besides wet hair and opinions about mermaid representations in media? A sea witch is someone who works with the ocean's energy, like the tides, storms, currents, sea creatures, and has salty attitude, of course. Basically, nature's version of mood swings. Look, the ocean is dramatic. One minute it's lapping gently at your toes, the next it's like, I shall take your umbrella and your dignity. Perfect match for witches, honestly. Sea witches are intuitive, they're emotional, they're powerful, and they're also constantly exfoliated whether they want to be or not. If you don't have at least one seashell in your house for absolutely no reason, you are not a sea witch. Hey, I don't make the rules. Let's talk a little bit about what a sea witch thinks about her craft. She would say the ocean isn't a tool, it's a relationship. Sea witches see their craft as a partnership with a massive ancient force, a give and take dynamic, something that demands respect, not manipulation. She doesn't command the ocean, she collaborates with it, and occasionally negotiates with jellyfish like they're tiny, passive aggressive little spirits. She would say, my magic is powerful because it is unpredictable. Sea witches love that their craft is wild, untamed, moody as hell, fully capable of smacking you in the ankles with a rogue wave just to reset your attitude. A sea witch believes the ocean teaches adaptability, surrender, emotion, strength, and emotional honesty, because nothing calls you out faster than a tide pulling you away from your carefully arranged altar. A sea witch believes that everything cycles, everything returns, everything transforms. She sees her craft as a part of the cycle of tides, moon phases, erosion, renewal, currents that pull things in and out of her life. Sea witch sea witches tend to have an excellent perspective because they're cosmically reminded that nothing stays stuck except barnacles. They believe beauty and danger can coexist, and that's a part of the magic. A sea witch respects storms, deep water, rip currents, creatures with too many teeth, spirits that have too many opinions. She knows that the ocean can heal, cleanse, nourish, and absolutely wreck you if you're careless. There's no fear, just reverence with a dash of sass. She would say, my craft is sensory, sensual, and sacred. Sea witches immerse themselves in water, sand, wind, texture, sound, and smell. Her craft is felt, not just performed. It's skin, salt, breath, pulse, rhythm. A sea witch might say, my tools come from the sea, not Amazon. Sea witches believe that driftwood is better than a store-bought wand, sea glass is greater than polished crystal, tide water is better than fancy moon water, and rope is better than mass-produced string. And if the ocean hasn't thrown it at her feet, she's at least suspicious. She feels that her craft is ancient but evolving. She honors sailor traditions, weather lore, old coastal spirits, folklore of mermaid and selkies, maritime superstition, but she's also modern, creative, unbothered, and probably wears waterproof mascara. Definitely holding an iced coffee even when it's 40 degrees outside. Sea witches reinvent constantly, just like the shoreline. A sea witch might say, water remembers. She believes the ocean holds memory. It carries energy. It stores emotion. It transforms everything it touches. Her spells often involve healing old wounds, releasing grief, cleansing emotional residue, calling in new currents. She might also say, my craft is my grounding, even if the ground is literally sand. A sea witch sees her craft as home. It's a spiritual anchor, a place where she can always return. Even in chaos, the ocean feels like a constant heartbeat. She might also say, if the ocean is moody, so am I. It's called spiritual synchronization. Sea witches take pride in their salty sarcasm, emotional waves, storm witch vibe, and sometimes feral self-care routines. She may think, if people call me dramatic, then clearly they've never met a hurricane. So what are the ocean correspondences for witchcraft? The element is water, obviously, but there are hints of air, like storms, and earth, like salt, and spirit, like mystery. The vibe is an emotional powerhouse mixed with chaotic but hot energy. The lunar connections. The ocean is married to the moon, like fully codependent. The tides are the lunar mood swings. It corresponds to intuition, psychic awareness, divination, cycles, feminine energy, shadow work, emotional release. The thematic energies. The ocean is a cocktail shaker of powerful themes. Transformation. From storms to seashells to sea glass, the ocean is the original glow up queen. And it's got depth and mystery, of course. It's perfect for dream magic, astral travel, shadow diving, ancestral work, surrender and release, because nothing says let it go like the ocean yeeting a sandcastle back to dust. We've seen that in person. The ocean is chaos and creation. It brings life and floods your basement. Duality. So natural items that go with the ocean, and their correspondences. Seashells. Those are for protection, divination, and communication. Stormwater for rapid change, chaos, energy boosts, cleansing, and banishing. Sea salt, of course, purification, protection, grounding, boundary setting. Seaweed is for fertility, prosperity, luck, and nourishment. The ocean breeze, think inspiration, release, clearing mental fog, new ideas. The ocean waves, divination, rhythmic magic, emotional balancing, and sending spells outward into the universe. Driftwood, transformation, protection, guidance, spell wands. It's that I survived a journey type energy. All right, what are some entities or spirits that a sea witch might work with? You've got the mermaids. They're all about glamour, seduction, confidence, emotional depth. Basically, deadly, definitely petty. Their favorite hobbies include collecting shiny objects and ruining men's days. They're definitely icons. Sirens, voice magic, power, influence, danger, hot and toxic energy. We sing Men Drown. It's called multitasking. The Selkies, duality, freedom, hidden truths, transformation. Soft, tragic, and armed with commitment issues, Selkies specialize in emotional confusion, dramatic exits, and reclaiming what's theirs. Legend. Okay, the color correspondences for ocean magic, if you want to get into ocean magic. Deep blue is for psychic power and mystery. The teal colors are for healing and clarity. Seafoam green for cleansing and renewal. Silver for lunar amplification. And black for depth, shadow, and protection. So let's talk about ocean deities because they are not for the timid of heart. First up, Poseidon. He's the original, I have anger issues, but also a beard type energy. He's like that one uncle who shows up at family gatherings and immediately starts yelling about something that doesn't matter. But who is Poseidon really? He's the Greek god of the sea, earthquakes, storms, horses, and general aquatic chaos. He is the brother of Zeus and Hades. He's the middle child with rage issues and magnificent hair. His energy is overwhelming, primal, ancient, and commanding. He is not the gentle ocean waves. He's the I'll swallow your entire island if you disrespect me type of vibe. His energy feels like, well, imagine standing in the surf during a storm, that moment when a wave hits harder than you expected and you feel humbled and roasted simultaneously. Yeah, that's Poseidon's energy. His vibe is power, authority, depth, emotion, force, and unapologetically primal masculinity. And occasionally, he can be very petty. He did turn an island queen into a monster for claiming that she was prettier than the Nereids, of which one of was his wife. Drama king energy. So why would you want to work with Poseidon? He's incredible for emotional resilience. He teaches emotional depth, strength, and boundaries that hit harder than rogue waves. He's also perfect for storm magic. If you want help with channeling raw electric chaos for a major spell, he's your guy. Protection. His energy is defensive, territorial, and fierce. He's great also if you want to work doing some shadow work. He's about depth, like literally and metaphorically. Power magic. He brings the big, bold, I am the ocean energy into your workings. But a very important warning, do not approach Poseidon like, hey, LOL, I like the beach. Want to work together? No, absolutely not. He is not that vibe. He is not a vibe, in fact. He is a force of nature. He's hurricane energy wrapped in a divine beard. If you go in unprepared, the ocean will humble you so fast that your chakras won't know what tide they're in. I'm not kidding. So how do you approach Poseidon respectfully? Well, think about the offerings. He likes seawater, sea salt, sand, seashells, blue or teal candles, fresh water, fresh water, wine, olive oil, fish dishes. The incense that you might want to use would be myrrh, frankincense, or ocean scented blends. And do not use plastic faux shells. He knows and he will judge you. You can visit a body of water. If possible, go to the ocean, obviously. But you can also go to a lake, a river that's connected to the sea, and even a saltwater aquarium tank would work in a pinch. And you stand there and you feel his energy. You say hello. Don't ask for anything, just pay your respect. Meditate with ocean sounds. Visualize the shifting, unpredictable energy. Ask to be shown what he wants from you, if anything. He's not obligated to work with anyone. And then you can do a small altar for him, and you would put things on it like the blues and the greens, maybe some driftwood, seashells, water in a bowl. A small trident symbol might be cool. And keep it tidy. He hates neglect. And what not to do with him? Do not summon him. Do not ask him for petty favors. Do not treat him like a water aesthetic deity. And do not bring chaotic emotional energy unless you're ready to deal with the aftermath. Do not approach him when you're drunk. He's not a frat boy. He is the ocean. He once drowned an entire island because the people there annoyed him. So, read the room when you're working with him. Okay, so the next one is his wife, Amphitrite. I don't know how to pronounce that. Amphitrite is how it's spelled. Amphitrite, I think, is how it's pronounced. But she is Poseidon's wife, the queen of the sea. And honestly, the only reason the entire ocean isn't one big tsunami all the time. So who is she? The queen of the sea. She's a nereid, which is a sea nymph. She's Poseidon's wife, and honestly, the one who keeps him from sinking continents out of spite. She is the embodiment of deep ocean, balance, sovereignty, and divine female power. While Poseidon is all about that surface level chaos, the storms, the waves, the drama, his wife is about the abyss, the deep, the steady, the ancient, and the unforgivingly wise vibes of the ocean. She is the hidden power behind the throne. Her energy feels like you're standing in waist-deep water at sunrise. You're feeling the current tug at you like it knows you. It's that soft power, but with a steel backbone. Beauty with a bite, I would say. Depth that will love you or drown you, depending on how you behave. She's graceful, calmly powerful, enigmatic, protective, patient, but absolutely done with foolishness. Think ocean mom who's tired of everyone's mess, but still cares enough to fix it. Good energy, honestly. So why would you want to work with her? Well, emotional balance is one of her specialties. She helps you regulate your inner tides so that you're not crying at commercials 1 minute and hexing your dishwasher the next. She has deep feminine power. She's not that soft goddess energy. She's more like, I've survived the abyss. Do not test me. She's also good for intuition and psychic depth. She strengthens dream work, divination, and underwater meditation. Protection. She's fiercely protective of her domain and her devotees. Her relationships and boundaries. She's the queen of healthy emotional boundaries, saying no with a smile, not absorbing everyone's nonsense. And for sea witchcraft, she is the patron of mermaids, nereids, sea witches, and anyone who feels emotionally watery but spiritually spicy. Her symbols, if you want to do an altar for her, would be seashells, especially scallop shells or conch shells, dolphins, fish imagery, pearls, sea foam, sea glass, spirals, salt water, and mother of pearl. She loves seafoam green, teal, the soft blues, the pearl white, and the deep, deep blue of the abyss. So approach her respectfully. Unlike Poseidon, she doesn't need a dramatic entrance. She responds well to gentle, intentional contact. So, offerings she might like would be fresh or salt water, seashells that you found yourself, ethically sourced, of course, pearls, flowers that float, like jasmine, wine or honey water, music, like chanting, soft singing, or even humming would work, seafoam colored candles, quiet meditation. I mean, be aware that she prefers intention over theatrics. She gets enough of that from her husband. What not to do? Don't drag her into drama or revenge magic. Don't offer polluted or dirty water. That would really piss her off. Don't approach her with chaos energy or hyperactiveness. Save that for Poseidon. Don't ignore her if you commit to working with her. And don't treat her like a sea aesthetic deity. She's not an aesthetic. She is the depth beneath the aesthetic. And the last goddess I will talk about is Yamaya. There are tons of deities out there that correspond with the ocean. So I just wanted to top off with these three. Yamaya is the ocean mother goddess, queen of waves, incredible divine presence. If she hugs you, your chakras realign just out of pure respect for this deity. She is the mother of oceans, the great mother of all living things in the Yoruba tradition. She is Orisha of the sea, motherhood, creation, fertility, emotional healing, and protection, a source of comfort, compassion, and fierce guidance. She is patron of women, children, families, and anyone who needs nurturing or renewal. She is the cosmic ocean womb, the source of life and the teacher of emotional growth. Imagine a warm tide wrapping around your ankles, the hug that feels like you've been carrying the world and you're finally able to put it down. A gentle but firm voice saying, "You are capable, but also sit down and drink water." Love that grows you, strength that steadies you, wisdom that accepts no excuses. She's kind, she's generous, but she is not soft in the pushover way. She's soft like water carving through stone. She'll comfort you and then lovingly drag you to therapy if you need it. She helps with emotional healing, deep wounds, childhood wounds, relationship wounds. She helps you gently untangle all of those knots. She's great for self-worth and self-love. She lifts you up by reminding you of your value. And then protection, especially for women, children, anyone vulnerable, anyone starting over, anyone in transition. She's also great for cleansing and renewal. Her waves wash away what is no longer there for you, what no longer serves you. She is also about fertility and creativity, creation in all forms, children, ideas, dreams, new paths, but also boundaries. Healthy emotional boundaries are her speciality. This is the sea saying no, but with love and power. Her symbols are ocean waves, fish, shells, pearls, silver jewelry, fans, blue and white colors. The number 7 is apparently very sacred to her. Moon imagery, flowing water, and motherhood symbols. Not required, but she does like that. So she might like offerings like fresh water, seawater, coconut, maybe coconut milk, coconut water, or even the coconut fruit, melon, white roses, blue or white candles, perfume, silver jewelry, of course, seashells, milk and honey, and cleanliness. She loves a tidy altar. Never give her alcohol, spicy foods, or anything that's dirty or broken. She is a mother. She wants to feel that kind of thing, that caring, pure, intentional, and nurturing type vibe. What not to do with her? Don't appropriate or erase her cultural context. Do not approach casually. Do not lie to her. She will see right through you. Do not do offerings with that disrespect water or the ocean. Don't treat her like a quick fix deity. She's powerful, she's sacred, and she deserves reverence. There are many, many more deities that you can work with, but if any sea deity offers you a quest, gift, or just quick little favor, run. Aquatic gods do not ask for small things. It's always something like, bring me the heart of a storm whale from the edge of infinity. Yeah, no thank you. I'll stick to my bathtub and my little bowl of ocean water from the vacation I took in 2014. Okay, speaking of that, what are some sea witch tools? So obviously, seashells. You can work with seashells. Excellent for protection, divination, and whispering your secrets into like you're a Disney princess with trust issues. Sea glass. It's just basically broken bottle pieces that the ocean has bullied into being beautiful, which is honestly quite relatable to me. Stormwater, collected during storms for spell work involving change, cleansing, or chaos, aka a typical Tuesday at my house. Driftwood, which I love this one. Driftwood wands. I mean, how cool is that? You can make wands out of driftwood that look like they've been through several emotional arcs and are now stronger for it. I love the idea of a driftwood wand. Sea salt, because of course, I mean, if a witch doesn't have sea salt, are you even trying? That's like a chef without a knife or a cat without the desire to ruin your day. Sea witches collect salt the way dragons hoard treasure, except our treasure is in little tiny mason jars with cute labels. Okay, so modern sea witch practices, we're kind of a vibe. Even if you live nowhere near the coast, you can still be a sea witch. We call it like an urban sea witch, or my favorite, a desert mermaid. That one's cute. So things to consider. The timing of spells for ocean magic. So during a high tide, that's good for drawing things in. Doing magic during a low tide is for releasing things. During storms, that's like turbocharged chaos mage mode. During the full moon, spicy powerful. Sunrise over the ocean is great for fresh starts. Sunsets over the ocean are good for closing and soothing. So that's just something to consider if you're working with ocean magic. So normal ways you can practice. You can do bath magic. My ritual pool that occasionally has rubber ducks could be a sea witch thing. Sea salt rituals, ocean scented candles. Glim hates them. I love them. Seashell altars, collecting seawater on vacations like a little feral ocean squirrel. And if you buy seashells at Hobby Lobby, you're not a fake witch. You're just resourceful and landlocked. I support this one entirely. Unusual ways that you can add sea magic to your practice. I always love finding these things. So sea foam scrying. Yes, really. If you live near the coast, watch how the foam forms patterns as the waves recede. It acts like temporary ocean runes. If you're landlocked, you can use whipped soap or bubble bath foam in a bowl. The ocean spirits won't judge and they love creativity. You can do tide jar rituals. Make jars with seawater or moon activated water with sea salt, sand, shell chips, a floating token to represent your spell. The jar mirrors the tide when you shake it. Shake it clockwise, you're drawing stuff in. Shake it counterclockwise, and you're releasing things. Think of it like a snow globe, but witchier and with a lot more emotional damage. You can also add mica and glycerin or mineral oil, or both if you're brave, to make your jar look like an ocean wave that shimmers. Love that aesthetic. Aquariums as living altars. I think this is great. I think sea witches would love to do this. I mean, don't summon spirits into your fish tank for the love of Poseidon, but use the caretaking as a devotion. Like when you clean the water, you're doing cleansing magic. When you're feeding your fish, you're doing prosperity offerings. Aquascaping to make your little aquarium beautiful. That's glamour magic. Watching the little fishies swim around, that's a form of meditation. Your fish become tiny little judgmental coven members. Isn't that adorable? You can do ocean breeze spell bottles. So trap seaside breeze in a jar, which I know would look so funny. I can just see us all running up and down the beach, hopping about and catching the air in our little jars and putting corks in them. But anyway, witches do weird things. The ocean understands. And when you open it, you can open it before spell work, for inspiration, for a burst of sea energy during meditation. And the landlocked version of this, you can actually stand in front of a fan like a majestic sea enchantress and bless the air and catch that. Hey, we work with what we have. Whale song energy work. Listen to whale frequencies during spell work. I mean, how cool is that? Their sound has healing vibrations. It's deeply grounding, and it has that ancestral resonance to it. And it makes you feel like you're about to get recruited into some kind of underwater cult. 10 out of 10 vibes for sure. Digital sea magic. This was Glim's idea. The ocean doesn't care if your altar is online or not. So you can try ocean sound loops, videos of waves, GIFs of tides for focus, sea-themed wallpapers on spell days. I love that idea. Digital altars are absolutely real. Glim says so. Mermaid witches approve of this message. You can do secret seashell sigils. So draw sigils on seashells with saltwater, UV ink, or invisible lemon juice ink. The sigils are only revealed under heat or sunlight, and that's perfect for protection, secrets, hidden intentions, and for feeling like a wizard who's one latte away from becoming feral. I think I'm that person every day. Ocean flame reading. So this is interesting. Use blue or sea foam colored candles. Add a pinch of salt to the wax before you light it, and then watch the flame. If it's steady, you've got calm waters ahead. If it's dancing, you've got incoming change. If it's crackling, it's like, buckle up, bitch. Things are about to happen. You can do salinity spells or salt divination. Mix a whole bunch of different salts like Himalayan, sea salt, black lava salt, Celtic gray salt. Each one carries different oceanic energies, and then let the patterns fall like runes. So finally, we've got a divination system that lets you season your problems. How perfect is that? The siren voice workout. Sing into water, literally. Who didn't do this when they were a kid? Go under the water in the pool and sing and talk. Humming into a bowl works as well. A bath creates that underwater resonance. It's great for voice magic, glamour spells, confidence building, and siren energy. It's also great for confusing anyone listening. I do remember as kids, you stay out of the water and I'll talk to you under the water and tell me what you hear. Remember that? You can do cocktail magic, Sea Witch edition. Infuse sea magic into drinks with blue spirulina, coconut, sea salt rims, ripple patterns in the foam, floating flower offerings, and cast the spell with a stir. Activate it with your first sip and decline responsibility for all the shenanigans that come afterwards. You can do mermaid glamour routines. Your daily skincare ritual. Add in saltwater spray, shell-infused oil, ocean-colored candles, the whale song playlist. Finish with the affirmation, I am beautiful, dangerous, and hydrated enough. This next one's weird. Tentacle shadow magic. Gotta always bring in the shadow magic. Light a candle, doodle tentacles, let them twist into whatever emotion or issue you're trying to process. The tentacles represent growth, reach, hidden emotions, multitasking trauma. it's got Kraken energy to your shadow work. I love that. So, all right, my lovelies, that wraps up our dive into the chaotic, salty, gorgeous world of Sea Witch Magic. Witches don't drown. We rise, we float, and sometimes we drag people under with elegance. So if you're a sea witch, tell me your vibe. Are you a mermaid witch, a storm witch, a sea goblin who collects shiny things witch? I want to know. Tell me all about it. And don't forget to try the Salty Witch cocktail and hydrate for the love of all things wet and magical. And don't summon anything with tentacles unless you're emotionally stable, which, I mean, good luck. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next week, I am hoping to have another guest on my show. I am going to have a medium who's from here in Georgia, and I'm excited to do that. I can't wait to hear from her. She is fascinating. I've been chatting with her, getting ready for the episode that's coming up. I'm really excited to share her with you. If you are interested in finding out more about my podcast, the C3 Witchy Podcast, that's our website, www.c3witchypodcast.com. All kinds of things are there. You can reach us through there, email us, support us on social media. I'm working really, really hard on TikTok right now. I've gotten us up to about 3,800 followers. Woo! So share my posts. I hope you find them funny. I'm working on a whole bunch of Yule themed posts that I think are funny and sassy. So come check them out. I think that's it. We'll be back. And until then, stay witchy.